Hi, everybody. Today we are going to be doing 2 science experiments. So we're going to start off by asking Ms. Turingan a STEM trivia question. So the STEM trivia question is there anything inside of this clear jug?
It looks like there is nothing inside. It looks empty.
That's a great guess, Ms. Turingan. There's actually air inside of that jug. And not only is there air inside of the jug, but there's actually air on the outside of the jug too. When you're outside, do you feel the air on you?
When it's windy, I can feel the air brush against my skin.
Yeah, that's because air can move. And not only can air move, but do you think that air has weight? Do you think it's heavy? Like, can you feel it pushing down on you?
I'm not sure. Maybe you can show them one of your experiments.
Yeah, our first experiment that we're going to do today is we're going to test to see if air even has weight. So for our experiment, what we're going to do, I have a teeter-totter here, and it is balanced. And you can tell that it's balanced because our ruler is horizontal. And it's balanced because it's the same on both sides. For my balanced teeter-totter, I have paper clips and binder clips that I'm going to use. Okay, the one in the middle is for me to hold, and then the ones on either side is for us to test if air is balanced or not, or if it has weight. So if it has weight, you're going to see that one side of our teeter-totter is actually going to pull down, because if something has weight, it's heavier, and our teeter-totter is going to get pulled down. So to do this experiment, what we're going to do is we are going to take 2 balloons. One of them is going to be empty, and then the other one, we are going to blow it up and fill it with air. Okay, so we have our balloon that's empty, and then we have our balloon that's full of air. If air does not have weight, then these 2 balloons should keep our teeter-totter balanced. If air does have weight, then we'll see the side that has the balloon full of air go down. So what do you think, Ms. Turingan? What's your prediction or your guess? What do you think is going to happen?
I think the one that you filled with air, we can see it go down because air has weight.
Ooh, we're going to test it out and see. So on this paper clip, I'm going to attach our balloon that does not have air. And then on this side, we're going to attach our balloon that does have air.
Like a seesaw. Looks like a seesaw.
Yeah, it's kind of like a seesaw. You know, a little tricky. There we go. All right. So you ready to see? I think. You guys see that?
Oh, the one with the balloon that's full of air. I see it's a little bit lower.
Yes, the side that has the air in it is the side that is heavier, because air definitely has more weight. Now, we're going to do a second experiment. Now that we know that air has weight, what we're going to do, you said that there was air inside this jug, right? And we know that there is air around us. So we're going to do a little experiment where we are going to see if we can get a hard-boiled egg to go into our jug without touching it.
But how is that going to work? The egg is bigger than the hole.
There we go. Everybody see that? So there is our egg. And we're gonna try and get that egg into our clear jug. Go ahead, Miss Tringan, try and get it in, but you can't touch it.
I'm not sure how we're gonna do that, Mrs. K. Is there, oh, you said we're gonna do another experiment. And maybe that's why we have our safety equipment in the back.
We have 2 lab coats we're gonna need to put on. And then for safety, we're gonna need some safety goggles. So let's get ready for our experiment. Let me get my lab coat on.
Oh, and our safety goggles.
Safety goggles.
I wonder what we need our safety goggles and our lab coat for this experiment. What are we gonna do?
So we are going to try and get our hard-boiled egg into our jug without touching it. And we're gonna use the air around us, and we're gonna use the air inside of our jug to help us with this experiment. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So we're gonna need some more materials for our science experiment. We are going to need some tweezers. We are also going to need some cotton balls. We're gonna need some rubbing alcohol. And we are also going to need some matches. This is for adults only, right? Teachers and adults only.
Yes.
So to do this experiment, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the egg, okay? Because we're gonna put something inside of our clear jug. We are going to put a cotton ball with rubbing alcohol on our cotton ball, and then we're gonna drop it into our jug. But we're gonna do it with matches lit and attached to our cotton ball. So we're gonna light our cotton ball on fire, which is why
man.
we need our safety goggles and our lab coats for protection. So here's what we're gonna do. Miss Tringan, I'm gonna need your help,
All right, I'm
okay?
ready.
You're gonna take these tweezers and you're gonna hold the cotton ball just like this.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna take my rubbing alcohol and we are going to very carefully get it wet. Okay. Then we are going to take the rubbing alcohol on the cotton ball with the tweezers. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna light it. And once it's lit, you're just gonna put it over the jar and drop it in.
All right,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Now, once we drop the flaming cotton ball into the jug, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch the flame inside, and once the flame goes out, I'm gonna put the hard-boiled egg on top. And we're gonna see if the hard-boiled egg can go into our jug all by itself. Ready?
Ready.
Let's try it. Oh, yep, perfect.
Oh my goodness, it worked.
Yes.
And how did that happen?
So the reason why it happened is because the heat from inside of the jug, when air gets hot, it actually gets less heavy. And so the air that was inside, when it got really hot, started to get lighter. But the air on the outside was still pushing really hard on that egg because air has weight. And so there was more air pushing on the outside of the egg because the inside air was getting really hot. And the heat on the inside, the air that was on the inside, when it gets hot, is lighter. So there's less air pressure on the inside trying to push the egg up there's more air pressure on the outside pushing the egg down.
That was so cool. I didn't think that would
neat?
work.
Now I'm gonna see if I can get the egg out. So let's see if I can do that. Ready? There it is.
Whoa!
Pretty cool. So the way that I got the egg out is because I was using the air in my mouth to push air, cooler air, back into the bottle. So my cool air from my mouth was getting pushed back into the bottle and going around the egg, and that egg was able to come back out because there was air pressure pushing it to get out. So hot air is lighter than cooler air.
Wow.
Pretty neat, right?
That
So we
was
got
so
our egg to
cool.
go into the jar because there was heat on the inside, less air pressure, more air pressure on the outside. And then when I blew the air into the egg or into the jar, the egg was able to come out because I was making that air on the inside not hot anymore. I was blowing in cooler air to push it back out. Pretty neat, right?
That was a really cool experiment.
So air has weight, and air, depending on if it's hot or cold, can have more weight or less weight. Hot air has less weight, cooler air has more weight. Pretty neat.